Everything I need to make $1 million is in this backpack right here. Let's see what's inside. All right, my first item in the backpack is this camera stand. This thing was only $10 and allows me to record wherever I go and bring you guys along for every step of the journey. The next item in my backpack is a computer. This is all I'm gonna be needing to make $1 million in this journey. And this is where most of my work happens, on this computer right here. Next items are the supplements from my supplement company. These are absolutely necessary as I carry them around at all times, telling as many people who will listen about my company. We're doing great right now. This is probably my best company in terms of like gross revenue and gross profit. It's called RMS Nutrition or Rocky Mountain Supplements. Links will be in the description for that, but let's see what else is in the backpack. All right, the next item is the mics I'm using right now. These were pretty cheap, probably like only 30 or 40 bucks. And I think the sound sounds pretty good. And it's gonna get me through this challenge and it's gonna get me through all the content I'm making this year. Next is a notebook for writing down all of my random ideas I get throughout the day. I'm a serial entrepreneur and I find my biggest problem is I think of way too many business ideas every day. I'm honestly sick and I can't stop. Like I probably have a list of hundreds of business ideas. If you guys want, I'll give you guys the list and you can start them on your own because I frankly don't have any time to go through with all of my ideas. Next is this coloring book I do for my business class. You know, I go to a world-renowned business school and we literally do a coloring book all class, so I guess I carry it around with me. I feel like running a business is a lot different than the textbook definition method that every old person says is like, this is how you run a business. I'm here to show you that's not the case. You honestly don't even need to go to college to become a millionaire now. And I want to prove that to you guys with this series. All right, day one. So I want to give you guys a little bit more about my backstory so you actually believe me and know I can actually make this happen by myself. So I'm currently a freshman at the world-renowned Leeds School of Business at CU Boulder, and I just got accepted into the Spark Incubator program, which is an entrepreneurial program helping kids like me get VC funding for their companies. But the difference between me is right now I'm currently trying to run 5 different businesses on my own. My current 4 different solo ventures include a supplement company, a social media marketing agency, a social media consulting agency, and an app that I'm making called Vibe Creator, which is everything you're gonna need if you wanna become an influencer yourself. And in the near future, I will be owning a small percentage in the fastest growing startup at CU, which is ran by one of my best friends and another freshman here at CU. And I'm also looking to invest in all the other cool startups I see around campus because Boulder is frankly one of the best places for startup culture and entrepreneurial minded people. This university has the most startups out of any universities across the country. But yeah, let's get into it. Day one, I'm gonna show you guys what the ins and outs are of my businesses, and I'm gonna show you what I'm doing every day to make the tens of thousands of dollars I'm making every month right now. Hopefully making $100,000 or more in 1 month by the end of this year. All right, so I've been a quote unquote influencer for a couple of years now, and I've gained a couple 100,000 followers across all my platforms. I'm hoping this channel becomes the biggest, honestly. But my background in business definitely started when I was working for companies like Fairlife and GNC, like editing videos and doing all their social media marketing for them and making them videos. I would normally charge like $500 to $1,000 per video. And that was working out great until I was on a sales meeting one time with the Fairlife executives and they showed me how much money I was making them. And I was making them hundreds of thousands of dollars on their different supplement products. I realized I need to start my own company. If I can advertise so well for other companies, I need to take the risk and do it on my own and start my own company. All right, let's start off today's work on the supplement company. Recently, I've been like trying out paid ads and they've been going really well, but I want to create 3 more products because our catalog is not too diverse yet and I want to get some new products out there for people to see. So I'm probably going to create like 3 to 4 new products, find some affiliates to sponsor them, and then create some videos for them as well, and definitely order some samples. All right, I'm gonna start this off by going to Perplexity AI, and I'm just gonna ask it to find me some trending products within my supplier's catalog so we can make some new products. The reason I'm using Perplexity AI instead of something else is because for this specific task, it's very good at searching the web and like finding new products or like reading research papers. So like within seconds, it's already found me a bunch of different products that are going viral on TikTok right now that my supplier actually has in their facilities. And by the way, all my products are USA made, GMP certified, and they're produced in an FDA registered facility. So I'm not just drop shipping here. I'm doing like a real company, a real business with real marketing and branding. Like I'm not some drop shipper. That's what I'm trying to avoid in this challenge, especially because all those gurus trying to show you like courses, they're just stealing your money at the end of the day. It's not 2016. That stuff does not work anymore. All right, so I found the product I want to start selling. Now I just go to my supplier, get the PDF in Canva, and then I create the design. And then I upload it to my supplier and they start shipping it out whenever I get orders. And speaking of orders, it looks like we just got another one. bringing us to, I think, 200 something in sales today. That's what I like to see. I'd love to get that number up. I want to like consistently average at least 500 a day from the supplement company. And you know, it's not too much work this company is. I mean, I'm basically just creating products, finding affiliates and running ads. And this is definitely the main funding for all of my other ventures and all of my other companies as well. Ooh, all right, I just spent the last hour creating like 4 or 5 new products on Canva. Every kind of supplement company has to have their own branding and their own kind of style. So that's what I've been kind of going for with these products. It took me a little bit longer than you might need because I'm kind of a perfectionist, especially when it comes to labels. Like this took me hours to make. Oh yeah, so all I need to do is download this PDF, send it to my supplier, and then they put the packages on the label for me and then send me images of the product as well. So let's see what they look like now that they're made. All right, so here's the first product. It's the Spartan Testosterone Booster. And my supplier did a really good job making the labels. And then I also used Google's Nano Banana image generator to generate the images of these products, like backgrounds and like cool animations and features for the product designs. I like this vitamin D3 product. I think it can be a good seller as well. I try to play around with my branding a little bit on this one. Here we have this product. I need to make another background for that. I'll go ahead and do that right now. I really like this background. I like this branding as well. It's definitely different from the other people trying to sell on TikTok Shop. Oh yeah, here's the last product I made. That totals like 4 or 5 new products today. So we're already off to a great start, being very productive. And I do count all the hours I work and I put them in a spreadsheet as well. So I'll show you guys that. Oh, also, I took 3 products I already made, including my creatine and the Pump Shock pre-workout, and I made a bundle. I think the bundles are going to be a great way for my customers to save money because a lot of them like buy multiple products at once. So I'm just going to have bundles so I can offer like my loyal customers a pretty good discount on all the products they buy from me. All right. I think I'm going to take a break from working on the supplement company and do a little bit for my social media marketing agency. I want to make like an automation that like automatically reaches out to brands and finds me and my other affiliates new sponsorships for videos. So what I'm going to do is have Manus AI scrape a huge list of brands, find all their emails and find all their like contact information, their website and everything. And then I'm going to give that big spreadsheet of all the information to like an automation with N8N, and then that should email every single brand for me and literally do my job for me. So, all right, Manus AI just finished working. Let's see. This is amazing. It even has their budget signals. All right, so now I have all of this information. Now I'm gonna go into N8N and I'm gonna plug it all in. Now comes the hard part, actually making the automation. Within N8N, I'm probably going to use Claude Code, or not Claude Code, just regular Claude. And I'm just going to describe everything I want the automation to do. And then it'll give me a file that I just put into N8N and it'll create the automation for me. All right, Claude Code finished all of the code it needed to make for this automation. And I put it into N8N and I put all the JSON files in. I uploaded all my Google APIs. And now it should just start running and emailing hundreds of brands every single day for me. All right, I'm gonna click start and it should just work. Now I just sit back and watch the dollars come in. I think I got a few more sales for the supplement company as well. All right, so it just finished emailing a couple hundred brands for me. All right, now I'm just gonna sit back and wait for the brands to respond back to me. It should take like 20 or 30 minutes for a few of them to reach out and then like probably a couple days for most of them to get back to me. Wow, just like that, I already got an email back from Bucked Up. That's a pretty big supplement company. That's a really big one. So now I'm gonna get on a call with them, see what they need for social media and the kind of affiliates they need and the kind of videos they need done. And then, yeah, we'll see if we can make some money off of that as well. All right, I do have class pretty soon, so I'm just going to make like a tier list on Canva for a stream I'm going to be doing this weekend. I'm going to be ranking every single college major, so tune in this weekend if you guys want to see that. And then I'll probably finish this study session off on LinkedIn, where I'm just going to spam connections and like try to connect with everybody I can, because your network is your net worth. And that's something I've learned in the past couple years of being an entrepreneur. All right, that should wrap up this study session. I'll see you guys later for some more work. Wrapping up the day, we just got a guest speaker at CU. It was one of the former CEOs of TechStars, and he comes to CU Boulder all the time and gives speeches. That was kind of crazy, wasn't that?
Insane guy. He had so much knowledge to pass on and lots of experience, so we got a whole lot of notes there.
What was like the most important things you saw?
Well, for me, I felt that he said the sweet spot as a startup is to have 2 to 4 founders.
Yeah,
Anything
like a team.
less on your own is quite difficult, but anything more can get hectic. So that's the sweet spot is what he found. But TechStars is quite a prolific thing.
Yeah,
so
it's huge. It's billion. They manage over $1 billion. I can't even imagine how much they're worth.
It's insane.
It's
He says they
crazy.
get 35,000 applications a year, and they
Wow.
only accept 500. So it's pretty.
I wonder what percent that is. Damn.
It's insane the attention to draw.
Like 25% of founders go through a major pivot once in their cycle, so that means they change their idea or change their product. I thought that was a cool fact. I also asked him if I should drop out of college, and he said if I want to, then go for it. So I really like that kind of energy. He said he's never had a job interview in his life, which was something I found wild. That is pretty tough. That's pretty tough. You know, maybe I'll follow his footsteps because I haven't been to a job interview yet. We'll see how that goes. Oh, dude, he told us to social engineer. He told us to manufacture FOMO from investors.
Oh, that's right.
He said, go to all the investors that are on the fence and tell them you're closed and all these people are in, and then they'll start investing. He said it's like sheep jumping over the fence, dude. That was one of the coolest things he said.
An interesting thing in terms of the business, he said, here's 6 things. Team are the first 3. So he's super passionate about team. And on his list, the idea is the last thing. So he's saying it doesn't really matter if you don't have a good idea. It's just about the people you have and I suppose your drive. So even if you don't have an idea, you just got to get after it, I suppose.
He said the biggest company they ever invested in was a company that did 100 million in revenue, and the smallest company was 2 guys who didn't even have their idea yet, but he just liked them as founders. So he said, all right, we'll find an idea, but you guys are great. What I found different about that talk was in all the other ones, they were just yapping the whole time about their life story and like what it means to them. He did that for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then everyone just straight asks him questions for an hour. One thing I learned from that is that I need to find more co-founders and people that want to work with me. So if you're watching this video right now, like I'll put a link in the description for an application. You know, if you're big on social media or you're technical and you're in my area, definitely let me know. I guess that was the first day of startups in a backpack. Thank you guys for watching. I'll definitely try to get some of the clips from the interview if I can. And I ended up getting his LinkedIn and potentially a TechStars interview. So it was a great first day. Day 1, let's get it. Thank you guys for watching.